Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yalda Zainab. I am 23 and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a third year interior design student. And I am from the Jafariya Association of Victoria community. I am one of the representatives for our youth community. So we do commemorate and celebrate a lot of the events, the Islamic events. We celebrate the births of each Imam and Ma'soom, and we also commemorate their deaths and their shahadas. We also have a lot of events. We have classes, we have Quran classes for the youth. We have Zyarah nights, we have dark male nights, we have a lot of gatherings. Alhamdulillah, we've been pretty united. We've been united with most of the Husseinias, with communities amongst different backgrounds, but within Melbourne, within Victoria, such as Panchtan, such as Imam Ali Centre, and Al-Zahra Mosque, and a lot of them, alhamdulillah. And we've been working together, hand in hand, to grow the Shia community, grow the love for Imam Hussein, and raise our kids, raise our youth in the name of Imam, for the love of Imam, and in the path of Shia, the path that our Imam sacrificed himself and his entire family. Alhamdulillah, this has been my second time for Zyarah and first time for Arba'een. It's been a phenomenal experience. Words cannot describe how amazing it is. One has to come down and see for themselves as how amazing it is, how an exceptional experience it can be. It's amazingly overwhelming. You feel like you're in heaven. It's safe. You feel like you're home. You feel like you're with your loved ones. You feel like you're with your parents. The crowd has been amazing. They've come down from all over the world for the love of Imam Hussein. They've been walking 3 days, some walking 2 weeks, 12 days, and it's all for Imam Hussein. We've been amazing. As I said, words cannot describe how amazing this experience is. It's been a very safe, my parents were quite worried, but it's been a very safe journey. Being here alone itself, it's crazy, it's amazing. It's just that the love of Imam Hussein brings everyone from the corner of each world. It's amazing. The humbleness that you see in this country, in this area, the humbleness, their kindness, as I said, they're united, they're together. You feel like you're a part of a family. You don't feel alone. You don't feel like you stand by yourself. You're all together. That's amazing. You don't find this unity, you don't find this love anywhere in the world. You may go around, you may look around, but this is nowhere else to be seen. This is nowhere else to be felt but Karbala. I do pray for everybody to get a chance to come down. I do recommend for everyone, especially the youth, to please make your way down. Please come down. Feel it yourself. Have a look at everything. Come down, do the Zyarah. It will change your life. It will change you. It will make you the better person. It will make you who you want to be at the end of it. The reason behind my coming to here was to become a better person, to become a better lover of Ahlul Bayt, to understand as to who I am, what I am, why I'm here. And alhamdulillah, I'm getting there, slowly, but I'm getting there. And this is the reason why I'm here again. And inshallah, in the future, I'll be here again and again and again, as much as I can, so that I can grow myself, that I can become the person that I'm meant to be, so I can be a soldier for my Imam, Imam Zamana. This is just a tiny, very small part of saying thank you to my Imam, just so that I can be a better person. Thank you for everything.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Reza, 18 years old, and I'm currently living in the UK studying at LSE University doing management for 3 years. When I first heard that I was going to Iraq, I didn't quite believe it. Like, the last time I came was 4 years ago, and a lot has changed since then, both here and in the UK. And with knowing my siblings went last year, they were extremely excited, but it was my first trip for Arba'een, and it hadn't quite sunk in yet. Then suddenly, 2 days before I was leaving, I had a dream that I was walking to Najaf, and I just felt like I've never ever felt before. And that's when it really sunk in that, oh my God, I'm going to visit Imam Hussein, I'm going to visit Imam Ali, and the people that have done everything to save this religion. And from then, it's been amazing. I'd say the highlight of the trip so far has definitely been the 90K walk from Najaf to Karbala, because of many things, really. Firstly, the generosity of the locals is quite staggering. Like, they literally spend their whole day cooking you food, making you chai, everything. And it's not like, come and take it if you want. It's, I want you to take it. I'll force it into your hands if you don't take it off me. And it's amazing how much everyone will do out of the love for Imam Hussein. Like, they treat you like they're your brothers when they haven't even met you before. And granted, it was tiring. Like, the first day was fine. The second day, you can ask my brother, I almost died, but he kept me going. And it was all for one goal, which was what I found quite inspiring. Everyone had the same clear, direct goal, that they wanted to go and visit Imam Hussein. And I think that's what kept me going. If I had like a secular type of objective, I'm nowhere near walking 90K, ever. The third day was, I think the motivation was like the very first sight of the dome. I think that's what kept everyone going. And when we heard you're 4 kilometers away from Karbala, everyone's just like peeking over all the buildings, looking for where this dome actually is. While you're limping, everything's hurting, but that's the only thing you want to see is that dome. And then when we finally saw it, it was amazing, but it didn't quite live up to my expectations, if I'm perfectly honest, because of like how tired everyone actually was. And the fact that there was like millions of people rushing around you, you couldn't really focus on the dome because it was so far into the distance. But as you walk closer and you see like the array of gold, it's incredible. And I've never seen anything quite like it before. A lot of people asked me, like, they said, you're going to Iraq, like, is this a suicide mission or something? And I have to tell them that, like, 20 million people go every year, and the vast majority come back safely. And I think it's just, it's a horrible myth that everyone that comes to Iraq is just looking to, like, or not looking, or will die or get killed because of how unsafe it is, apparently. But that's completely not the case. I mean, to get to this studio alone is a 3-minute walk from my hotel, and I've passed 3 checkpoints. So they do their utmost to make sure that everyone is secure here. And to be honest, I've never felt safer. I feel more safe here than I do back home in London. Maybe that's the love for Imam Hussein. Maybe that's just the blessings of this place, or there is some part of security that is obviously doing their job, because pretty much everyone makes it back home safely. So if not going to Iraq for security is an excuse, then don't let it be one, because coming here is like a trip of a lifetime. You've seen all the hadith, you've seen all of the traditions that tell you the blessings here. There's a hadith by Imam Jafar as-Sadiq, I believe, that says, anyone who comes to visit Imam Hussein is like he has visited Allah himself. Like, what better honor is that? That's our ultimate goal. We want to go and meet Allah in the best state. So come to Karbala. In terms of the harams, I've tried to visit both, and alhamdulillah, I've managed to touch both shrines. And for me personally, the atmosphere in Hazrat Abbas's haram is amazing. Like, I can just sit there for hours and I just feel at home, just pouring my heart out. And it's just like, in London it's such a dog's life. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. But here you can literally just sit and talk to Hazrat Abbas, and it's amazing. When you go to Imam Hussein, I don't know, people have told me this and I felt it the same thing. When I look at Hazrat Abbas, you sort of just feel some inner sort of strength. But when you look at Imam Hussein, it's just loneliness. Like, Bain al-Haramain, I was walking, so I just decided to experiment. I turn around, I look at Imam Hussein, and there's like a tear. I look at Hazrat Abbas, the tear goes, and it's just inner strength. And I did this 5 times, and it happened. And I found it amazing, and it signifies Ashura Day as a whole. Like, Imam Hussein, he was lonely when he died. Everyone else around him was dead, his sons, his brothers. His women were back in the tents. He had no one around him. Whereas Hazrat Abbas, he was the flag of that. He was Khamr Bani Hashim. He was the driving force of the whole thing, which is probably where the strength comes from. In terms of what I've done here, it's not only been the harams, we've had lectures from various speakers talking about not only the masayib of Ashura and Karbala, but they've discussed various things like the benefits of coming here, and they've also given accounts of personalities that we unfortunately do not know too much about. For example, Imam Hussein's daughter Sukaina, she's somewhat underrated in her contribution to the Battle of Karbala. So I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here, and I look to take what I've learnt here back home in London. In London we have quite a few things when it comes to lectures. Like I very much enjoy taking part in lectures that relate to the West, which is, in fact, there was a talk here yesterday about Imam Hussein's message for those of us in the West, discussing what lessons we can pick up from him and implement here. And it's amazing. Like, I heard there's a street in India named after Imam Hussein where the place is predominantly Hindu. So his message seems to be global. It's not just for Muslims, it's not just for Shias, it is for everyone. And that's prominent in all of the quotes from famous people. For example, Gandhi says, "I learned how to achieve victory while being impressed from Imam Hussein." Gandhi's own army had 72 people out of his sheer respect for what Imam Hussein did on that day of Ashura. Charles Dickens discusses the unfortunate myth that Karbala was a political battle by saying, why would he have brought his women and children with him? This clearly shows that it was purely for the sake of God. So Imam Hussein's message is one that I hope to take back to London, because I don't want his massive sacrifice to be in vain for my name. That's the most unforgivable thing you could do. You come to visit, pay your respects to him, and then you go back doing things that what he fought against. It just does not make sense to me. So that's what I hope to be achieving. My main interest when it comes to lectures in England is the stuff like contemporary issues, so the stuff that relates to us nowadays. Although history is undoubtedly an extremely important part of Islam, I like lectures that sort of take history and see what lessons can be applied today, rather than just knowing the mere facts of history. Because with all due respect, you can't change anything that happened in history. What you can change is how you look at and implement the lessons of history into your lives. I'd like to summarize by saying my journey to Karbala has been amazing. Like, it gives you a feeling that no other place in the world will give you. And for that reason, together with all the blessings, and of course, don't worry about the security because it's perfectly fine here, that you'll just have an amazing time, and you have to come here at least once in your life. Thank you.